This is a 65 Buick Nailhead starter. It has a bad bushing out here on the end. I was running this starter on my test stand, and it's making all kinds of noise when the gear would engage. It wasn't engaging all the way because what happens is this thin bronze bushing wears out, and then when the starter engages, the gear comes up and engages the ring gear of the flex plate. It gets pushed over the side, and then it doesn't fully engage, and that of course can tear up the teeth on this gear, and it can tear up the teeth on your flex plate as well. So anyway, I need to get this whole bushing out and get a new one in there, so let's do that. So there are two long thin bolts go all the way through the body of the starter here where the motor is. So we need to loosen these two guys up. Okay, now we can get the nose section. This is the cast iron section of the starter. You can pull that apart. In order to get it apart far enough, I'm going to need to loosen up this bolt here and get it out of the way. This bolt is the pivot for the Bendix fork. Comes off of the solenoids out here, and it shifts the gear. You can see the gear moving back and forth there. So if we loosen this up, we'll be able to slide this nose off all the way. So get that bolt out. Now we can get this nose off. Oh, and then there's the bushing right there. There's a piece, one piece is right here. You can see it's cracked, it's thin. Keep all that together as one piece. Alright, so, and here we've got a little piece here. Sometimes these guys fall out, sometimes they're stuck in here pretty good. So make sure there's nothing left inside here. Clean that out. Alright, so now we need the new bushing. Need to get some grease on the shaft. Here's the new bushing. Note these spacers here. These spacers right here and this guy here. So you need these on here so you have the proper amount of engagement. So those fall off, be sure to get them back on. Okay, so our new bronze bushing's in place. Okay, before we get the nose back on the body of the motor, there's a alignment pin hole right here, and then you have a pin right here. So that's how you're going to align these two. The other thing is, here's the fork for the solenoid. It's going to, when the solenoid engages, it's going to push the Bendix out like that. And then when you disengage the starter, it's going to come back. So we want to keep all that together as much as possible. That'll make it easier to reassemble. So make sure this pinhole is aligned with the pin. Bring this up so he's going to fit back in like that. And of course you need to line the shaft at the end of the nose. Alright, so the pin's engaged. Tighten this guy, tighten this guy. Make sure this guy's moving back and forth here. Alright, so get this bolt back in here. Tighten the guy down. Alright, make sure this guy can move back and forth freely. Yep, looks good. Now we need to get the solenoid on there. So, solenoid needs a spring. Solenoid has a tab. This tab goes in the slot here. So when you first line these up, other thing is this tube here has to be lined up with this guy here. So get these started. There we go. Now see how I got the tab up. Push it all the way in, rotate it around. There you are. Get these leads back here. 2 screws here. Alright, get this guy, get lead lined up there, get this screw in here. There we go. Tighten this guy down. Alright. Guy's ready to go.